All right, y'all. This is the Signal 27 show.
Yay!
Oh boy, we started off hot,
It's okay, Leroy.
and now we're not. And I don't even have my glasses on. Hey, can you hand me my glasses, man? Right there.
Oh, we hot. Don't be saying we not hot because we hot over here.
Thank you.
Tell him speak for himself. We hot.
So you got to reshare, I think.
Yeah, we're gonna have to reset it up.
And for another watch party. Okay.
Ah. And then this camera messed. It's just one of these days, y'all. I don't get it. But listen, for all of y'all that are watching, today's topic is called the Nigga Factory. If you all seen the last video on the Nigga Factory, you keep going. There we go. If you've seen the last video on the Nigga Factory, Speech is the artist that's with
Arrested Development.
Arrested Development. He put together a 3-part documentary explaining our situation.
With a T.
Development. Yo, your boys always be messing with you, yo.
It's a Monica Day for him.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it?
It's a
Well,
little
listen.
Monica.
As you all know, y'all know the regular people out here this week. Y'all see them sitting right there. That's Keita. Right there, and that's Lori.
That's all we get this week. He ain't in the mood.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's Keita and that's Lori, and we're
Right
moving
there,
on.
Right, and that's right next to me is David. Y'all know David. What's up?
Hell.
Right next to me, he got on San Francisco. He had on Philly last time. Hold up, because San Francisco beat us, right?
Right.
Listen, Dave, Ed, you're gonna have to leave.
He thinks that does anything to us.
Oh, he doesn't like
we
you
know
guys?
we suck.
Yeah, we suck bad this
We know
year.
we suck. It doesn't bother
It
us.
don't make us a hill of
Y'all
beans.
do? Y'all really suck?
Yeah.
Yeah, our
Like a
team is
vacuum.
garbage.
I suck
We
like
1
a
and 6, whatever. It don't even matter. It ain't even important for us to discuss.
They beat the
I don't
Dolphins.
know what my team doing. I don't even care.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Egg.
And y'all see him on the far end. Y'all, that's Big Chip down on the far end.
We ain't won yet.
Listen.
Washington beat us.
Oh yeah. Listen. Today's topic, y'all saw it. It's called the Nigga Factory. We had some technical difficulties. If you go back to the previous live that we had, you will see the video that's there. We're going to discuss it now. Y'all see the number that's at the bottom. The number is 904-477-7225. We don't mind you calling in with some constructive criticism as to how you all liked or would like to give us your comment on his 3-part documentary, but he only has 2 videos out that's out on it right now. His 3rd one is going to be coming up soon. So basically what he was saying is that our situation is kind of like a dire situation. You know what I mean? Caucasians or the enemy, not the enemy.
European.
Okay.
Wow.
You done took my own spirit role. You done
it's
took
not.
my role.
It's not that. No, it's just that the powers that be, and it's not
Distractions.
right. It's the powers that be that's in it right now can't really kick us out of the United States. So if they could, they would.
No, they wouldn't.
Yeah. The guy named Jared Taylor, who runs his own thing called the Great Americans thing or whatever. Now it's called something where if it was up to them, they would prefer that this being a predominantly white society.
They're lying to you because they make money off of you. It's like they did with the free labor. If all of us would leave, they would die.
Right, but they don't. But do they really need us here anymore?
Oh yeah.
How? Explain.
Because you're the number one consumer. You're gonna tell them that they're gonna get rid of the number one consumers.
Yes.
People that don't even build their own and have their own stores or grocery stores, schools, and nothing. Somebody got to be at the bottom, and it's you. If they get rid of you being at the bottom, who gonna be at the bottom?
The thing about it is that they feel
They
that
will cannibalize themselves.
you think.
Oh yeah.
I don't think there's something that they necessarily need us here. I'm gonna have to probably disagree with you partially on that.
That's fine.
Because if
I don't have
it
a
was
problem with
based
that.
on their freedom and our work, they probably wouldn't. They say that they wouldn't need
Leroy, I
or
just
wouldn't want us.
I
here.
just want you to be aware of this.
Mm-hmm.
They play a trick that it's like they don't want you to buy their merchandise. They'll tell you, we don't want you to buy this, and you can't afford to buy this. So black people go out of their way to buy it to prove to them that they can buy it. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a game. It's a trick. It's an illusion. They tell you no so that you will prove to them that yes, that you are yes. But the whole time they wanted you to say yes from the beginning.
Jedi mind trick.
They have it's how to sell to a Negro. There's
Oh, yeah, I saw
film and all that is out there.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's the same concept in We Don't Want You Here.
Gotcha.
I mean, but all this is on a
It's the same
fleshly
thing
level, so
James Baldwin
it
was
don't
saying.
really matter to me to be right on this
So-
level because it's not on a spiritual level. Now, on a spiritual level, I really stand up and say, boo, doo, doo, doo. On a fleshly level, I really
Wow.
don't care.
Stick to it.
But I want you to understand the game that's being played.
Yeah, but even what he was saying, basically how they have us in pretty much a factory. Like we was just having a conversation before we went on in reference to how the black person or the colored person situation hasn't changed from the time that they were in the 70s up until now. It's kind of like, if you look at it now, we're kind of in that situation where we was proud about ourselves, proud about our skin colors, love to wear our natural hair. You know what I'm saying? Black and proud doesn't mean white hate. You know what I mean?
Right.
But we were fighting just for civil rights. You know what I mean? So we already looked militant because we want to be on the same playing field in a white society. You know what I mean?
Right.
So my whole thing is, okay, well, what are we doing now? What have we learned from our past generation of what their failures were to make it better now? Because they are playing a game that is keeping us in a loop.
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
What color is your spirit?
My spirit is whatever color it is. I ain't never seen it.
Okay. I just wanted to
Okay.
make sure color
But-
is not a big factor, but a distraction. That's the point I want to illustrate.
Yeah. It's what you teach, just like you say.
But I'm happy that we are addressing this because that's a good energy and good place to focus. But as long as we know it's a distraction.
Chip.
Huh? No, it's just a simple mind trick. Either you're gonna be programmed or you're gonna program yourself. I mean, it's like all us talk, like I said about the color. If you say what's the opposite of black, everybody gonna say what?
White.
White.
Right.
Yeah.
Majority of people gonna say white.
What you gonna say, Ed Pale?
No.
No, because
Every other
it's
color.
every other. I didn't ask you. I was just saying. Ed. I didn't ask you. to
Leroy
finish.
asked him though.
What is I don't understand Alicia, you say is that a person? That's why I asked you to research it.
Is what a person?
It's really an energy and to define it in terms that people would understand would be deity, but it's best we address it as an entity.
Oh.
I
Well-
mean, as an energy and not an entity, because people get spooked out when you say entity. So it's really an energy. Really, it's an energy. So you're supposed to research it. That's why you're not supposed to be asking me if it's a person.
Oh, so you gotta,
You-
Alicia, you gotta do that shit. Listen, we can't do that for you.
Yeah.
But look at it like this, right? He brings up a lot of topics in reference to how our culture is being used as a weapon against ourselves. Like, for an example, I saw a guy, I had to assume that it was a dad, filming his daughter who was an infant, just looking like she was just able to walk. I would say about 2, around that age. Beyonce's video was on. Beyonce's video showed Beyonce walking down the aisle on top of like where they lift or drop stuff off of 18-wheeler trucks. She gets down on all fours and start popping her butt. The infant sees this
Right.
with the music, and the infant copies it right off jump. Now this is a Beyonce video. I don't think if we was in our she shouldn't really be watching that. You know what I mean? But she's watching it there, and the dad is like, "No, don't do that. No." You know what I mean? But I was like, if it's being hit with us, or we being bombarded with it 24/7, all day, sexualization, drugs and money, all of this stuff over and over again. Now I understand why people in the conscious community are always angry, because what people in the conscious community is trying to do, it doesn't stick because of the dominant society is pushing it out, the propaganda so much all the time, all day, every day.
That's what they supposed to do.
All they doing is idolizing. That's all they doing. If you take away this idolizing stuff, then you'll be able to live because that one affect. Oh, I want to be like such and such. Oh, I want to be like such and such. Oh, that's my hero. That's because you got. That's why you got people want to kill. If you think about the word celebrity, like you a celebrity yourself.
Oh, ooh.
What makes you better than me?
Right.
Nothing.
Come on now.
Right.
Come on.
Nothing.
But people associate
Pass
being
the plate.
famous with the amount of money and
Exactly.
possessions that you have.
Well-
I mean, not necessarily the platform that you have, but the amount of money that you have. Because again, we can sing, rap, write, cook better than a lot of these celebrities, play these sports better than celebrities. But the only thing that separates us is that money.
That
really.
mind,
Right,
That mindset too.
And that
Yeah,
money.
the mind
Because
too.
if I grow up just like the little child, that's what she know. We think it's funny until she grow up and be like, that's what I want to do.
Right.
Anything I see Beyonce do and she's grown but I'm still young, I should be able to do.
Well, you should. And then I'm not saying that it's a bad
No,
thing.
I'm saying no. I'm saying dancing and all like that.
Yeah.
She's an adult. She can do what she want to do.
Right.
Right.
But as a baby or infant or a teenager, you still should have control over them because you got to plant that seed.
Yeah, but she might be getting practice at an early age.
Yeah, but
No.
that's where all the gayness and all this here come from.
Well, you
a
should
lot-
be good at that. If you gay, be good at being gay.
Nah,
Practice.
but that's what we basically saying.
Well, the thing is, love.
So you're saying that chances are it's a learned behavior outside because I've listened to
Yes.
Dr. Umar Johnson, and this is on the gay agenda and the gay culture, that a lot of times the majority of the individuals who are homosexual have been demonized and victimized at a
Right.
younger age.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then their mindset is kind of tipped off as to, okay, this is the right way, or this is what they enjoy to do. What you say about that?
but
Ed?
we're not teaching them. Hold on,
I-
we're not teaching them the first constitute that we live by. Like it was family. God created family first.
Well, they got
A
their
male,
family.
a female, no,
Yeah.
a male or female that produce.
Right. Right.
So
But
two
they-
men can't produce.
No, they can't. But they go get one produced from somebody else. They do that.
Oh, so
And
you
that's
playing
they,
devil-
that's
they
they
do
family.
that, but
you playing devil's advocate now.
yeah, but
No, I'm not playing devil advocate.
But as
I'm,
a household,
I
you
want
know you
you-
grew up as a mother, a father, and a child.
especially us
And-
as a people, we
Yeah.
have to stay on the frequency of love. If we don't, love is the strongest power.
I think a lot of people get it mixed up. Like,
We
okay, we don't
can't-
have to accept them like that.
Right.
We can respect them like
Yes,
that.
because we can't control
but
it.
we can't control that.
Exactly.
They can only want to change themselves.
Exactly.
But that don't mean we have to compromise what we believe in.
Yeah, we
to
don't
go
agree.
to their level.
We don't agree with the lifestyle.
Yeah, and
It's
that
not
don't make
that
us
we
bad.
hate the person.
That's
We don't-
a difference of opinion.
We don't agree with the lifestyle.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
that's
difference of opinion.
understandable. But here's the thing about it: as you need to do something, as long as you are doing something constructive, hopefully, then you're good. It's to the point where you're not setting the precedent. You're not controlling the narrative. That's where the problem comes in. We as a people need to control the narrative. We get divided by what somebody believe in, what religion, what their sexual preference is, all of that.
That's what this
And
world is built on.
we're not on code with each other to where we can let stuff like this divide us. It's you believe this, okay. You do this, okay. But let's see where we can agree and build together.
Yeah, it's like say if Shaq and Oprah get together and they in Flight Street and they tell the people in Flight Street, okay, we're gonna help you do this here, build this store, build this. So all we asking you is not to go outside of it.
Right.
Everybody's pocket's gonna be fat,
Oh yeah.
but they're not gonna do that.
Okay, and
Why
explain
not?
why.
You just
Because they-
created that. Your words have
No, no,
power.
no,
You-
no, no,
They
no.
carrot in front of you. Somebody's
Is-
gonna dangle that carrot for that weak person, and they gonna bite.
You have to
And then
understand
you
your
let the enemy
power
in.
by the
Yeah.
words that you speak,
Yeah.
and you are creating.
Right, but we
No,
speaking
they
in
co-
reference
they-
to
They are
the natural.
comfortable. That's
I
like
know.
in the system. A girl right now, if I got 2 kids or whatever, I'm supposed to live off the government and they pay my bills. And I don't know how to do this here. What if the government say cut loose?
Right.
You know how many people like, oh, what my check? What
But
is it?
listen,
What is it?
That's the way they've been taught. What if you Chip went
They
down there
wasn't
and
taught
took-
like that. They talk themselves like that. Because if I'm a positive person and I hang around negative people, eventually I'm gonna be negative.
You done made a mistake. Yeah. You hang around who you want to be around.
Go ahead, Ed.
Come on, Ed. Bust
What you
in
got,
there.
Ed?
I want to play devil's advocate with that with a twist. What about the generation that men went to work, women stayed at home?
Mm-hmm.
When the husband died, the woman still had to take care of the child. She had no skills to get into that market.
Okay, it's like graduate. I got to stay in the same level.
Sometimes the system puts you there and keeps you trapped there, not just for our color,
A
but they did
system
it for
can't
women.
keep you trapped there.
Oh,
They can
really?
put you there.
Women suffer.
Come on now.
They fought for a long time to get work.
They did, but they look how intelligent they is.
Yeah.
Now what you see them doing the same thing as we doing, right?
Okay. Let me rephrase what I said.
Okay, rephrase it.
40s after World War II. How many women worked after World War II versus before World War II? The women were working in the factories because the men were gone. Then the business world realized, hey, wait a minute, women can work too. We got a whole new worker class, but we're going to keep them down financially, just like they do us. So I'm not going to make it a color thing. I'm going to make it a power thing with those who are in charge. Now, the only way to stay in power, especially with capitalism, and I'm going to use that word specifically, capitalism, the only way for you to capitalize off somebody else. So to have a winner, you must have a loser.
True.
To guarantee your win, you must create the loser. I don't care if it's a woman, a homosexual, a man, a color.
Black people leaving this
Thank you.
country.
So as we were saying earlier, you want to build a black community, and all these black folks put the money together, and we keep the money with us. That's fine. Your community won't grow unless there's outside money coming in. Eventually, somebody's going to dangle that carrot to let you
Exactly.
put the
To
crack
get
in
you
that.
outside of that. Yeah. So
Wait a minute now. I'm gonna give y'all a good example of what just happened.
Hold on, wait a minute. Go ahead, Keita.
No, I was just agreeing with Ed. You can have it. You can, in a perfect world in your mind, you can create an environment where we say, hey, we're not taking our money outside. We're going to support each other. But if somebody come and offer you something that you haven't been offered that's better than what you can see and what you created yourself, somebody's going to buy it. And then there's the crack for somebody else to get in. So I agree with Ed.
Even if they have all that, all you need is a couple of people to make it out. If you have a couple of people to make it out, a couple of people to make it out over here, a couple of people make it out over here.
I see
While
what you're saying. You're
but-
not saying to build it and just stay a little island.
No.
You're saying grow your island.
Grow it.
My apologies, bro.
No.
Well, but to see, I think our downfall to that is that we don't have a proper protection base. I think we had a lot of people don't. No, it's not education. We got the education. Most of us have a lot of education, and we're not even working in division. What we got BAs and all of that stuff, and we're, you know what I'm saying, we smart people, but we're not even working in the field that we got our education in. What I'm saying is that there's a system that needs to be set up. We had multiple Black Wall Streets where we were ready to actually go to the market of the world, but they destroyed that. The dominant society destroyed Black Wall Street and all of the other ones. I think it was quite a few other ones. Black Wall Street is the known one because of how they dropped bombs on it.
Who was the dominant?
The dominant society will be the Caucasian society right now.
Oh,
that's
Depending on what country you're in.
Right. It all depends on what
That's
country
The
you're in.
Asians do the same things
That's true.
to other races that the Caucasians have done to African Americans in America.
You're right.
Not only that, the Asians have a really ostracized, I don't want to say the white man, but
what's game?
the Europeans, once they realized what the Europeans' game was, say like when, I hate to go this far back, Marco Polo, what was that dude name? That was Polo?
Yeah.
When he went over there and you said, I forgot the name of the trade route. It went from
You're talking about the Silk Road.
Thank you. The Asians realized what the game was. Yeah, we're trading with you. You're giving us trinkets. You're making money off this. You got our explosives. Now you starting to attack because, with the Asians inventing gunpowder.
They created the gun.
Yeah.
So it's like whoever got the biggest gun.
Yeah.
Right.
But that's
Then-
how they did in what's the name?
Yeah.
That's how that war in
That's what they
Saddam
did.
Hussein and all that.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
gave
it-
Saddam
yeah.
the weapons.
And
That's
Saddam said,
another
"Bump
show,
that."
though. Yeah.
I ain't finna pay y'all back.
He ain't about to be our proxy.
We
No,
got
but-
some good comments on
Yeah.
here when we have
Go
a
ahead.
breakout.
Yeah.
So Tiffany said that black people set the style, music, and culture, but they don't do it consciously. Osric says that the media controls what people think. Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah.
Ed, who's sitting right here with us, says in future times, men will be lovers of men. That ain't about homosexual love of men. It's also about idolizing men.
Yeah, if they stop to idolize, our problem is idolizing. Don't nobody want to be themselves.
Now, I was trying to use the Bible quote, in future times when the world's coming to the end,
Right.
men will be lovers of
Some
men.
men,
But they always use that quote to brainwash you to saying it's about homosexuality.
Right.
It's not.
That's
Right.
just like
Look at all
the
these-
rainbow.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Yes.
we allow that. Like, if I don't read, like, let's say if I'm going to church, I'm just listening to the pastor and I'm trying to spread what the pastor's saying, but I'm not studying this. I'm not reading this for myself. No telling how many seeds I done planted that will wither
Was
away
wrong.
Mm-hmm.
because of
A
I'm just going by
misinterpretation.
what he's saying.
Yeah.
Right.
Good.
And I agree with that. You need to read, but I do believe you need to read the whole thing, the whole story.
And even in reading,
all of
is
it.
it
Knowledge can
what's
come
truth
and go,
what's
but
not
wisdom
truth?
don't.
You can read a lie all day long and still believe a lie,
Come on now.
Or
Not-
misinterpret.
or
what you're-
misinterpret what you're reading.
Mm.
Just like the
So reading
Satan
is not
do.
even the solution.
One
really.
word.
Come on.
So what would you think the solution is? Because after you see,
Logic.
I didn't say
Um,
I didn't say that was the solution.
Morals and
because
logic. I
Knowledge,
agree with Dave with logic.
knowledge can come and
Research
go.
And logic.
Knowledge
Use
can
your
come
logic.
and go, but wisdom stay.
And positive morals. I mean, you can have a negative moral and be steadfast at it and be a beast in whatever you're doing.
We have to stop trying to change people because they're not going to change.
Come on now.
They can only change themselves
When
I'm
they
sorry.
want to.
If.
When they
That's
want
right.
to.
When they want to.
It's
Once
So
they
is
hit
that-
that spot,
is that the case? When you say people will change, but when you look at how we're being manipulated and controlled and having our thoughts done up, it's not in reference.
because they don't know how to rethink.
Why you say that?
They don't know how to read.
'Cause
They don't know how
we-
to.
Look at it like this, right? You sit up there and you watch the stuff that goes on TV, and it's not in reference to you. I think there's probably 15% of black people who think like we think, and it's starting to grow even more. What I'm saying is that the majority of our people think that they are in control. Think that they are in control. They think that, oh, well, no, can't nothing. This ain't gonna happen. But you have women that think that it's right to be on Section 8. You know what I'm saying? You have
That's-
people
Well,
that will look at
Yeah.
TV.
I don't.
But look at it like this. How many and I'll just use this as an example. I know you don't eat meat, right? So I'm just gonna use this. If
That's
Pizza
right.
Hut want to sell pizza, okay, just because they put that commercial on television one time doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna want pizza. But if you see that commercial and you're flipping through the channels and you see it 20, 25, 30 times, in the back of your mind, you might not want pizza, but then it's something that's gonna be like,
Subconscious.
dang,
Subconscious,
man,
absolutely.
I have a taste for
For
pizza.
Absolutely.
Right.
Like, so please explain to me, is it that we gotta control ourselves, or
You right there.
we
Yeah, there you
need
go.
to
You got to program
start
yourself.
That's
brainwashing
You have to program
our own
yourself.
people, because they're not going to do it on their own.
definitely program yourself. Always control
Yeah.
the narrative.
Yeah.
So
Right,
you,
but I
you-
come to the conclusion that if we do it on a larger scale, we can control our own people if we do it the right way. We was doing it before. Look at how
Right.
BET was when we had all of those. We had 106 in Park. We had Teen Summit. All
lot
of
of
these
conscious
things was
talk.
keeping all of this stuff together as far as keeping our minds right, doing the right thing as
Oh.
people. But then,
People can be bought.
all we have to do
Yep.
is keep
Man, Tiffany is on
creating.
point.
Yes.
If your conscience says I want pizza, but when your conscience says that, you use your logic. Logic is inside you. So you say Pizza Hut has a pizza, but what's in their crust? Do I know the ingredients? Do I know everything they put in there is there to benefit my body? Or am I just gonna eat it because they made it?
Yeah, it depends what you
If-
do. I can be like,
Dave, you
well, if I
missing
eat
one
this
part,
here,
one very crucial and
If-
important part.
If the doctor has a pill, he gives you a pill for a symptom. He got the ingredients to make that pill from something on earth. He extracted it from some type of plant or something, if some source he got it from. So you could research everything in that pill and say, let me go directly to the source and get the whole source, put it in my blender and blend it up.
Dave, you're
But
forgetting
no,
two things, bro.
we would. Okay, I'm gonna let you address them. No, we would rather trust that he put the right stuff in there to address our issues,
Might be a she.
rather than go and get it and make it ourselves.
Might
So
be a she.
always control the narrative.
Just gotta be like the food chain. If I make my food so cheap, guess what? If you're on the budget, guess what you cut me?
That's what.
Yep.
Oh, until you do a fast, a water fast, or until you do 40 days with just liquids and things, and
But
then
the-
you
the-
know that your body
Back to top.
can
The
go
average-
without the food.
The average person is not the mindset and the mind
Okay.
manipulation
Right.
of the average person
Because
is not going to do that.
when you can no longer afford to be average. In this day and age, there's too much technology at our fingertips for us to be average.
But they control what people actually want
we
to see.
can't blame they.
they say
We
say
can't
that.
blame them.
Okay, so explain to me. They can blame us.
Mm-hmm.
They blame us for what?
Oh, they blame us. Oh, it's our fault that we're the way we are. Is that right?
They're supposed
Yes.
to tell
So
you
you-
because you believe everything they tell you.
Right,
No.
but if you're being manipulated based off of the stuff that's being put on television, then everybody need to take
They-
the TV out of their house,
they-
take their phones out of their hands.
Exactly.
But that's
Do
not going to happen.
watch the TV and let the TV allow to program you. I go long time without watching TV. I don't have a
Right,
problem
but
not watching TV.
that's you. What I'm saying is that you are part of the 15%.
only
What about the other 85% that don't know about
Your
they should be
creativity. Signal 27. Leroy Gordon, when he does comedy,
Oh, shit.
you interject this stuff,
Y'all hear that?
imagery. Unity belief is an image that you look at that creates it in your mind. That's the purpose of me creating unity of belief. The same tactics that they
To
use
reach
to
people.
conquer your people is the same thing you use. Have a purpose. It don't have to be out there all in the front and let them know what's going on, but you will always have that end game in mind.
Go ahead, Ed. What you got to say?
Two things: self-discipline and self-respect. You can't do anything Dave just discussed without self-discipline.
And
And if you don't respect yourself, you don't even care to
do
try to
better.
use self-discipline to do better.
Self-love.
yeah.
Thank
According to Will Smith, discipline is self-love. That's
Yeah.
according to Will Smith.
Self-love is what you need. That means you can go. I can go out by myself. The same thing I can do as a couple or whatever I can do by myself and don't have no. Oh, I don't know why I'm lonely. I'm this here. I'm this here. I'm this here. It's hard to break that. Long as you know what it is and understand self-love. We wasn't taught that.
All right, we got a phone call real quick.
Yeah.
This is the Signal 27 show. Speak your mind. Hello?
Oh, that's that Obama flip phone.
This is the Signal 27 show. Speak your mind.
He
I can hear something. You need to turn the volume up on the phone.
He's there.
He's
It's
there.
The volume's low.
Yeah.
Caller,
I
don't
just
hang
turned
up.
it up. It's
Go ahead.
short.
Okay.
Yeah, there we
All
go.
right, there
Hey,
you go.
Is you hiding in the back?
all right, y'all got it. All right, cool. Hey, what's up? Peace and blessings, family.
Hey, bro.
Assalamu alaikum.
David, I think David, you and Leroy, everybody's kind of on the same thing. But I think what David and Leroy, y'all are saying the same thing. But I think what David is missing Leroy's point. What Leroy is saying is because the media feeds us this stuff, they control that narrative, and everybody, we as a people are lazy thinkers.
Yep.
We don't like to think. We want everything simple. That's why fast food is popular
Yep.
because it's quick.
Yeah.
It's easy. We don't have to think about what we're cooking. We can just go get it. So people don't want to research and do stuff like that.
Yep.
So what you're saying is detach yourself away from TV and things of that nature, from what I'm understanding, David, so that you can be better, do fast and things of that nature. Well, Leroy is saying that's all fine and dandy. Most people are not going to do that.
Right.
So what we need to do is come up with a way to reach the masses so that they'll understand what we already understand. And instead of detaching ourselves away from the TV or whatever, get in the position where we can start putting on TV what we want to put out.
Right.
So we control our own narrative. That way you don't have to get away from entertainment. You just control the narrative of the entertainment.
Right.
So shows like what you got going on right now will be broadcast to the masses. And, things of that nature. And like you say with the BET, when we had BET channel, and things of that nature. We need to have our own news source. We need to stop depending on CNN and Fox.
Right.
We need to have our own news people.
Right.
You know
they
what
got
I'm
rid
saying?
of
Because
Roland
everybody
Martin.
spends it like they want to spend it, so they control the narrative.
Right.
That's my point.
Can I share this?
Good point, Oz.
One thing we do, and this is people in my spiritual circle, and something I just learned. There's lots of stuff put in movies, film, television, and all that stuff. So when I sit down, if I sit down to watch a movie or TV or something, I simply state I am here to observe, not to agree. I am constantly dissecting everything before me. Even when I eat something, I read all the ingredients, and I say, what's the benefits? Why is this in here? Do I need this? And most of the time, I try to create everything I can from scratch. So therefore, I know the ingredients are there, and I don't have to trust nobody. I tried to get it from its original source. So if you are not strong enough, if you are not strong enough to have this stuff play in front of you, and you right, I'm speaking from my perspective, and I know it's kind of harsh and firm and all that.
I'm gonna break down.
But when you see people in line at Publix, and the line is wrapped around the building for the pharmacy, and there's a lady up there saying her bill is $700 and she can't even afford the medicine. To me, that's the motivation to start looking at the problem and try to figure out how to solve it.
Right. See, David, but what you're saying and what Leroy is saying, and I agree with what Leroy is saying, is you're one of the few people on the earth that's going to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Most people are not going to do it. You can't expect people to be on your level. That's why, you know what I'm saying, with certain things. That's why I'm saying we got to come up with a way to get that information out to those people that are not as, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
Instead of them always seeing money, jewelry, women, cars, in the hood all the time, show them, cats graduating from college and people out in the community doing their own thing, and this black guy invented this, and this black guy did that, and this black woman did this, and this black woman did that. You know what I'm saying? So they'll see that.
Right.
But you got people.
So they'll see Claire Huxtable, so they'll start seeing more Claire Huxtables than they seeing Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's kind of what.
Different.
Yeah, I know the difference.
Hold on, David. I'm gonna show you an example.
That's
But see,
kind of
people want to
why.
be Real Housewives of Atlanta because they see that more, and it's in the music and it's everything. You see what I'm saying? So
Right, but
that's what they grow up with.
But Osmond, we have to go to the core of why people are like this, and that's part of the reason why I had a year campaign of shouting out the pineal gland and how to decalcify it. That's if people, you can show them whatever you want, but if they not open to receive it, you got to look at what's causing the blockage and allowing them to be programmed and not be as creative as they can be. A clean pineal gland makes you so creative. You have to shut it off.
Well, listen, right? Chip, go ahead.
I'm
not disagreeing with you on any of that. I'm not disagreeing with you. Everything you're saying, I'm with you 100. But what I'm saying is we got to come up with a way to effectively reach those people. We can't just go around screaming, is your pineal gland clean?
Well,
they're not going to
Witness
receive that.
Right. You wait a minute.
They're not going to receive that. You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I understand
Just let me
that.
know
Some
when you're
people will, some people won't. Whoever do and some don't. There's only supposed to be 144,000 that's gonna make it. So we can't even put that burden on ourselves to think we're supposed to save everybody.
Yeah, but how we know how much that is?
Go ahead, Chip. What you got to say?
My thing is, you can show everybody not all that, but they might be like me. I had to look at you, not saying what you were saying wasn't educational, but I had to look at your results, in my case, to see, okay, brother, I want to try this here. And you said it, but it just had to grow on me. Like I didn't take it right then. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I saw the example. Right. David was the example, and I was like, oh, okay. But see, I can see this example.
But question, okay. How long did it take? Just give me a figurative number. How long did it take of you seeing David do what he does before you decided, okay, I'm going to go ahead and try this?
It took me a minute.
Okay, so a minute would be consistent of what, 8 months, a year, a year and a half?
I'd say a couple of months.
Okay, so 2 months of you doing what you do convinced Chip to go ahead and journey in
Right.
this lifestyle.
Yeah.
It takes
Now, what if the
20.
commercials?
It
What if
takes
we had
20
black commercials
commercials.
doing that?
Right.
It takes 20 commercials, and a person will see that commercial at least 20 times within a week period. That will give them the
Right.
thought that this is what they want to eat, this is what they want to drink.
Let me ask you,
Right.
Now,
panel.
that's 2 months out of
what,
1
that's
week.
what we're saying. The media controls that. The mass,
Exactly.
Right.
mass
And
communicators
the
control
masses,
that.
and I want you to know the masses are coming to you because what we're discussing is mediocre stuff right now. Now, fast food.
Well, we got to bear.
Let me wait a minute, 1 second. 1 second, my brother. 1 second.
Before we transform to the spiritual to get all
No,
the way
no,
up
I'm
there,
not
we
even.
gotta
I'm
handle
not
the
even
natural.
going spiritual. I'm not even going spiritual.
Okay, we got to handle the natural first.
We are natural. We are natural.
Okay.
I want to ask you
All right.
what are the fast food chains doing right now? What type of burgers are they producing for the masses right now and making a ton of money? You want me to answer it?
Chicken.
Plant based.
What?
Plant based. Impossible Burgers.
Oh yeah,
McDonald's,
that's true.
Burger King,
That's true.
Whole Foods. Because
That's true.
this is mediocre stuff that we are talking about. And there's nothing wrong with that because we are on a lag. I know this. And I'm not going to go that deep on that because it takes research. So I understand that. And it's good that we are getting excited about people, but don't let it slow you down from being your higher self and your highest vibration. Otherwise, they keep us in their trap. There are things that we can't control no matter what.
Why can't we though?
Because,
don't say- 'cause you
because
just
it's
said we
beyond me, and beyond us, and we can't control the individual.
No,
Just
we
like
should-
y'all said, no matter how much I shot Pioneer Gland, all this, you're not interested. I
Oh,
can't
it's
control
all-
you.
says
It don't
who?
mean we're not
Says you.
interested.
No.
I just want to see results.
You
But
just
that's saying
No,
not
no.
interested.
What I'm saying
David,
is that
no, David.
if it
no
was,
one never
if it
said
was,
we weren't
ahead.
no one said we was not interested in it. What we said was if we got to come up with creative ways to get that message across instead of just shouting, "Is your pineal gland clean?" I didn't say I
Right.
wasn't interested. I'm
Wait a
saying we
minute,
got to
you
come up
said
with
just
creative
shouting.
ways.
I made a shirt
just
too.
like the media
I made
does.
a
Just
shirt. I
like
made
a
a shirt.
Nike commercial, man.
I made a shirt.
Just like Nike
No,
did.
look at
I
it like
did make
this.
a shirt.
Just
Look at it
like
like
Nike
this.
used the whole Colin Kaepernick thing to make money. That they used us to make money.
Right.
They,
Negroes
no,
were
they
involved
didn't. Wait a minute. You
Nike's
think
left
they
and
were
right
making
because of
money?
Kaepernick.
Money means nothing to them. They use Kaepernick to get your energy to keep you from focusing on your higher self. It's deeper than money. Money don't mean
Okay, David.
money don't mean jack.
Okay.
You keep
It
saying
ain't-
higher self.
it's
Your higher
not-
self is on a more spiritual level, though.
You-
That's what I'm saying.
we are
what you're
spiritual
speaking
beings
of-
first.
No, let's not
Right,
argue.
but
Let's
what
we
we're
not.
speaking of is
Hey,
your
wait,
spiritual
wait,
stuff right
wait,
now.
wait,
We're talking about
wait,
just the
wait,
natural that we can
wait.
control right here.
Wait.
And I'm telling you, don't get consumed in the
Wait.
natural.
But we do
But
live
if you
in a
don't get
natural,
consumed,
right?
then we're going to remain where we are then.
No, you're not.
Well,
you're
listen,
not going to remain
listen.
where you are.
Listen, all I know is this. I see I'll use this as an example. I play chess, okay? And I know that the game world is like everything has a cause and an effect, okay? You only got one life to live. I don't want to get my riches and have my things when I die. I want it now. So I have to play the game that they put out. This is the board. They got marketing techniques that they use to control the masses. They have things like this to control the masses. We're trying to get our higher self and our physical being to be able to say, okay, well, I have all of my people on board doing this. How does that happen when it's only 15% or 10% of us trying to push a message, but they have the ability to push messages all day, every day through your phone. They can hear your stuff through your Facebook. You can go on one thing. I give you a minute. I give you a second. You can go on one
Please give me
thing.
a second. I got the next second.
You can go on Google and put in something, and they'll hit it on all your social media outlets to make sure, okay, this is what you have an idea of doing. Here's some marketing material so you can see. Then eventually it's like, well, damn, I was talking about it, and next thing you know, it pops up on the phone.
Right. Now, can I, my second? Okay. Now, Leroy, we have to be careful of saying they and thinking they have so much control. A good example is the young lady that created Jesus Sprinkles. Okay. She was on YouTube, had a following, and YouTube tried to control what she was posting. So she said she left social media, created her own what you call it? That you
Webpage?
click on. No.
App.
She created her own app. So therefore now all her people interact directly with her. There's no middleman. And she She has over 8 million followers directly on her app. And she says she'll push a button and they'll all get a push notification. And all the advertisers come to her, and she built that and separated from them. So constantly, you have everything in you that you need to be successful and to win on this realm. Okay? So that's an example, one example. And there's probably millions or more.
Dave, what you're saying is true, brother, but everybody is not gonna be that 1% percentile like that.
I'm not worried.
What I'm trying to get you to understand is that the people are on different levels. They think differently on different levels.
That's
Everyone
common
is not
sense.
some people are more logical.
I know that.
Right, but what I'm saying, and look, and just to go back to like religion, the reason religion works on all levels like that is because it gives everyone hope. It's a hope thing. It's got to be something better than here. Mm-hmm. And it's a hope. It's what people are holding on to. Right. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have hope, really, what do you have? You see what I'm saying? You don't have no reason to live or whatever. So that's what religion keeps people holding on to, is hope or whatever. But everyone don't think on the same level.
I know
you see what I'm saying? So
I'm aware of that. Otherwise,
so everyone is not going to create that. And then if they do have that mentality to create that, they don't even have the avenue or the channels to get that product out. Who can they talk to? This dude, like Chip said, somebody's on Flag Street right now. That's a genius probably, but they're not going to have the avenues or don't know the channels or how to. Hey, I got this great idea. Who do I need to talk to get it out so that I can make that kind of money? You see what I'm saying? Because all they inundated it with is what they see around them and what they constantly hear.
I know
and that bump it up bump and you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying to you. So
no,
I get
you
it.
all right. There's even scripture that says some have eyes but don't see. Some have ears but don't hear. I don't expect everyone to be the same or be on the same level. That would be I would be insane to even think that. There's no way I would ever think that way, Mr. Osby.
Yes, okay. I'm just saying, you give people a lot of credit for your work, for what you do is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Give people a lot of credit.
Your diligence in your food and all this stuff like that, man, a lot of people are not going to do that is what I'm saying. So how can we get them to do better without necessarily doing, to that extreme of what you're doing?
I think we have to build with the circle that's around us first. As that circle get bigger, the more in numbers it will grow.
I got you.
You just have to stay steadfast. You have to stay steadfast in what you do. It's a matter of are you going to change and conform to the people around you? I don't have a problem changing and conforming to the people around me if they're operating on a higher frequency and a higher vibration. I don't have a problem with that. But I'm not going to go backwards to what I was, say, in the military or before the military. I've already been there and done that. That's not exciting to me. So, I mean, I can only go forward, and sometimes I might be in isolation. I might be the black sheep, and that's okay.
Right.
All right, man.
I got you, brother. All
Thank
right.
you so much,
Hey, man, I ain't going to tie your line up no more. Other people might want to call.
Thanks, Oz, man. We appreciate you.
All right, fam.
All right.
I'm still tuning in.
All right.
That's good. Boy, that brother smart though.
Yeah.
But speech
right.
did he made
Speech.
Yeah, speech made a he said something in the documentary that kind of stuck with me, and it mentioned sticking, and it's in reference to. I understand that you're saying that it's something that we have to do that it's relative or it's on a small level, but every bit or every move that is made on the chessboard has a purpose. Mm-hmm. So this particular move that they do as far as their marketing campaigns to keep us in the mindset of where we are, basically what he was stating is that if the dominant society is wanting to keep us teenagers longer than what we are. He wanted to change it from 17 to 35 years old. So by the time they end up getting out of the smog, they are bound. They don't know what to do after that. Okay. And I do believe that that's a legitimate point. As our people, we're too busy wanting to live the life of a desperate housewife, Hollywood husbands of Hollywood, all of these things that they put out there about us. Even David Banner said he had to get out of doing rap.
He sure did.
Because of when he went overseas, of how they were depicting us as or portraying us as a people. So as a
They got us like we
Wait.
But
sneak.
what took
Right.
him that long? I'm not criticizing David Banner. I love what he's done since he's woke up. But to that point, he was not an uneducated brother. He has his college degree, if I'm not mistaken. His
What took
English
it so
professor.
long? Money.
Exactly.
Money.
What was that? Oh, even though I've been exposed to
No.
this and I've been doing it,
He
now I
made
get it.
he
he
made
made
enough
what he
money
need. Right.
Where he could say, hey,
where
you know what?
I don't want to do this.
It's kind of like
And
it's
that's
kinda
a
like
smart
the-
thing to do because now he has a bigger platform.
It's kind of like the dope game too. A lot of times people tell you, listen, if you're gonna sell dope, you got those people that end up getting caught. But for the ones who don't get caught, make your money and you get out. You know what I mean?
That's what I did.
So
But
God is
Tiffany
good.
said black sheep have thicker fur.
Oh,
but Leroy, we know all the problems that's addressing us?
So
Do
the
we
que-
have enough solutions for all the problems? Are we coming up with solutions every time?
The-
There are
listen.
many people coming up with solutions, but the whole fact of the matter is, out of all the solutions you have, there are more problems in front of us, and that's what people tend to focus on. The more you expose to a certain group of people that they can relate to, they're going to go with the masses, and hence the reason that the woke people and the conscious people, the methods and the solutions are not sticking. There are great solutions out here. We see them all the time. You share great solutions and great videos of information, which are solutions for us, but it doesn't stick because of why? Because the mass media, which controls a lot of things, puts a certain thing before you. And yes, you have in your subconscious those results that you've watched or that you've read, those great books you've read. But what are you exposed to more? And that's probably why
You know,
we focus more on the issues rather than the solutions. It's my personal opinion.
you know what the problem is. If you look at civil rights, yeah, definitely money. But if you look at them, their biggest thing, they wasn't scared to die. When you not scared of death no more,
Like
that's when
animals?
you a bigger threat. Martin Luther King wasn't. He knew it. Malcolm X, they knew it.
But do you know energy never dies; it only transfers. They even say the soul. The Bible says the soul that believeth shall never die.
Yeah. But if you,
But
if
what
you,
do most people relate to? A physical death, because that's the thing that's put in front of us.
Right.
That
We're
caught up in this
our,
flesh.
that our minds can fathom.
Yeah.
Right. Look at it like this.
The
everybody-
worst thing on earth that our minds can fathom for the
Oh,
85% is death.
Look how the way the
So-
slave
But you know,
trade.
public speaking is the number one fear thing, even over death.
Oh, really?
he's all right.
But look at it. That is
So
true.
these people
He's
here are brave, y'all brave public
Right. But
speaking.
look at it like
I
this,
never
right?
knew that.
But then
Yeah.
you have also what is it? The means of what they used to control the female's mind as to how they used to raise the kids during the slavery period of taking the main man, the buck, and abusing, raping, and ripping his body apart in front of the
In
people.
front of the family, yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, watching somebody die. Look at it like this. We all know they say I saw a post that said NATO was the one that had Gaddafi killed because of the gold dinar standard that they was going to be putting up, right?
yeah,
So he's going to create a central bank of Africa and say, I'm only going to sell oil in reference to gold dinar. Okay, which means that countries who don't have money that's backed by gold can't buy oil. That automatically flips the United States. Oh, you're a third world country now. You can't even get oil from us because you have no gold. They can't allow that to happen. So what they do, they go over there and they kill this man, and it's in a gruesome fashion to show, listen, don't
Try.
nobody else
Try.
ever try to come up to us and be like this, and this is what you're getting ready to do. It's not about to happen. They use tactics that are so
yeah,
evil. You know what I mean?
That
Because
puts fear into the people.
But that
Right.
man wasn't scared to die. He know he was gonna die. He knew he was gonna die. But was it worth the sacrifice? Did he plant a seed out of that?
Right.
But the question is your seed getting water now? Because they just saw it get water with blood. Now, ain't nobody really
That's what
trying
I'm
to go
saying.
down that road.
And
like that.
that's why a lot of people won't come together. Just like Oprah then, why it's the reason why they won't come together. If they billions and billions of dollars,
Because you're right. They have the money. They got the platform.
have the
You're
money.
right. Why
Right.
won't they come together?
they don't.
But
What
they-
they do, they go in another country and build a school, build this here,
You right.
water well. They do the same thing they do here in the USA. They'll go there, and guess what? If I see a little girl, say she's 7, I take her to the store. I buy her everything in the store and tell her da 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 da. I guarantee you I can control her.
Yeah, you're right.
And that's what they doing. It's just
Because
they
you-
doing it from an adult, child. And that's what this TV, the computer, the phone, and all. I can trace everything. I can do all this. All that come into play.
Flip it to the business end instead of the personal end.
Yeah, well, you
In
know,
America, our black billionaires have competition from white mega corporations. They're not going to prosper. Where can you prosper? Where poverty exists. That was
Yeah.
already created for you
that was
to
already
capitalize.
created.
You're
Yeah.
right.
That's what
Yeah.
Democrats and Republicans came from.
Hold
But
on,
when
right
you
quick.
set up a
We got a phone call.
all right.
This is Signal 27 show.
Hey, Tiffany.
Speak your mind.
Hey, this is V.
Hey,
V.
I'm here
V.
for the mental health perspective.
All right.
I don't know what y'all talking about because I was on the phone running my mouth with somebody else. I'm like, girl, I gotta go. My podcast is on right now. I got to
Oh.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, we thank you for tuning in. We
Yeah,
appreciate you.
appreciate
V.
that.
Yeah. So what we talking about?
Delicious.
I heard.
Oh no, what we're talking about today is
Hey, Chip Chip.
What's up, babe?
you going to
Go.
Michigan? Huh?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Michigan.
Show you right.
put the Barry White on her.
Show you right.
Ah,
Yo, but today's
hey,
topic
man.
today's topic is speaking in reference to the Nigga Factory. Speech from Arrested Development did a 3-part documentary. He's still working on the 3rd part, but we put up the 2 videos on the Signal 27 page. We showed it at the beginning of the show before we had technical difficulties. But that's what we're speaking on, is how black people have been affected based off of our culture and music dictating how we are meant and supposed to be. So that's what it is. You got any comments, or you want to watch the video first and then call back in?
Well, before watching the, I haven't watched the video, so I will say this. Yeah, I will say from a personal perspective, not even mental health wise, but television, radio, TV, television, radio, even the whole cultural, everything that we do, music, music wise, is being stolen. Everybody loves our culture, but they don't love us.
Right.
And that's just something that I have noticed as just being a black woman. You go on Instagram or any of these other platforms and you see everybody trying to be tan and be dark skinned and bronze and highlighted and all this other stuff, but they don't even like black women at the end of the day. We the most unprotected, disrespected, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's crazy to me that our culture will be copycat. Like it's flattering. It's great. But at the end of the day, we're still hated and killed and just like we don't matter.
Right.
And that's all I can say. I didn't really look at the video, like I said. I will look at the video and then I can call back. But I think that a lot of people are brainwashed.
Oh.
A lot of people watch a lot of TV. I honestly, because I deal with the real world and I deal with the real stuff, and I work in mental health, like a lockdown unit with veterans. I don't watch a lot of TV because I got enough drama in my life. Like,
Right.
I go to work every day. That's a TV show in itself. So I'm always videotaping myself when I'm just dealing with everyday life because I'm like, this is a freaking movie. Because this is real life. Why do I need to watch TV when I got the drama right here? So, but that's it. We take a lot of things from pop culture. Everything on TV is reality TV. Other people living their real life and going through some real stuff. But we mimic that and think that our lives have to look like that. But what we're not mimicking, what's not on TV, is the Cosby shows and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and
The young
Black
Bill or the old
family.
Bill?
Oh, definitely got to be
You know what?
middle-aged Bill. Young Bill was doing his thing. Old Bill got
I'm
busted.
still watching the Cosby Show. I try to when I can, but I'm talking about the TV Bill. I don't care about what he did. That's that man's private life. I don't care nothing about that. But what I'm saying is we don't
Private
see
part.
a positive
That's Howard Stern.
depiction of the black family anymore.
Yeah.
The husband and the wife. The family matters.
Even Martin.
A different
Martin.
world. These were college. Yes, Martin, Gina, and Martin. Like these were couples, black couples. Do you see that now? You see young and hip hop. This one is
I'm
cheating
just
on
waiting
this
for
one.
I seen
after
two
a while
men.
they gonna have got doggone transgender life on TV.
Yeah, I see.
That's
Well,
what I seen
Didn't they
that
bring
on
back Will
Disney
and Grace to
Channel.
do that?
I saw two men banging each other in the bathroom stall, and I looked up at the TV when my in-laws were sitting there, and I said, "You
What
want
is
me to
that,
get?"
HBO?
That was Ben
They,
Roethlisberger.
no, it was probably Hulu or one of them, but they wanted me. They asked me why am I always on my cell phone, and I'm on there researching the stock prices on autonomous driving cars, but they would rather me watch what they watching on TV. And I
There's
don't
two
do
boys
that.
just
Yeah,
ravishing
I
each
can't
other.
be brainwashed. Like
yeah.
I got my own ideas and depiction of what I want my life to look like, and I grew up different. Like I'm a '90s kid and an '80s baby. I
Right.
don't care about none of this stuff they got going on. In
Hey,
the
well,
street. I don't.
I for one appreciate you for that because you won't find many goddesses that speak like that. And what they'll say is, "Oh, you making a big deal out of something. It's not a big deal. It doesn't mean nothing." But
Mm-mm.
I look at
No.
if I want to have family reunions, if I want to have
Yeah.
grandchildren, I just have to
Yes.
be realistic and honest. So, I normally
Period.
don't speak on
Period.
it because I don't want to go against anybody and whatever. But we have to be logical about some things.
Yeah, and that's what we feeding ourselves. You're feeding your spirit this negative um, pictures of the family, of the black family at that. We're getting killed and arrested constantly, and that's what's
Yes.
sensationalized on the news.
They doing
You
so
don't see
good,
no
we scared of
good
our own
news about
self.
black
Yeah.
people.
That
They
you ain't
want
lying.
you to
They want
know
us
that
to be
your life
scared.
don't
Okay.
matter,
Right.
while at the same
Period.
time showing false compassion like they care about yours.
They just want only dependents. They want us to depend on them. Now
Right.
we'll probably feel comfortable if a police in the neighborhood.
Because they,
Mm.
like I said, they feed
All right,
off
And
V.
that
you.
erases everything that man built,
Yeah.
only because he was trying to buy NBC. But look, we're not gonna go there.
Yeah.
Right.
We ain't
Well,
gonna
that
go
would-
there.
Nigga
We're
Bill
not gonna
Cosby,
talk about
please.
that.
That's
that
what
would give
NBC
him
stand
that
for.
would give him control in media, and media addresses the masses.
Right.
When I saw the
Yep.
old Bill Cosby when he was giving out African knowledge and stuff, I was like,
Well,
whoa.
Oprah got a network. What,
I
hap-
never
what
saw
happened?
that
No.
growing up.
Still
I
there.
was like, whoa, look at this.
Yeah, but Bill Cosby, he had his flaws like we all do. We ain't all perfect.
Yeah,
But
he
we
did-
don't know that those were flaws because there was willing participants, and supposedly
They
the only
were.
thing they
You're right.
supposedly
You're
the
right.
only thing they got him on was some over-the-counter medication that somebody had a headache for and wanted. I
Well,
mean,
He did a whole interview that said he was flipping Mickey, like for real. He said it and he laughed on what's that dude's
the
name?
Jello pudding pie.
oh yeah,
Oh, the night. Yeah, he said it. He was like, "Oh yeah, they willing to take this stuff." And then you cry rape after the fact. Don't
But-
take it if you don't want to be raped.
He
Right.
wasn't doing
It's
nothing that
it's
they was
simple.
doing in Hollywood.
Thank
That
you.
they weren't
And
doing.
that was-
in
and
That
Hollywood.
they
that
wasn't
still
doing.
doing.
And still
right,
doing.
right.
70s.
But that's why our parents.
A lot of drugs.
They
Like,
said our
too.
parents raised us wrong by telling us you can't do what them white people do and all that, and that you
Yeah.
had to be 2 times better and all that.
Yeah.
They say our parents were wrong for conditioning our minds like that, and we should have been free thinkers. But that kept a lot of us out of trouble, to where
Period.
if we don't give them something that they can come after us with.
We got to
know what I'm
learn how to
saying?
rethink and
But that
stop
was
with
the
this
truth, though.
tradition.
Yeah,
Thank
at the end of the day, the
Tradition
blame
is a
falls
killer.
on
Yeah.
you. At the end of the
Yeah.
day.
Well,
that's
V,
true.
I
I
wanna-
don't. I mean, and even
V.
I commend him because he's doing his time and
V,
he's
this is a
still up in
show.
there being
We
a
got
comedian.
another
Well,
segment.
Being
more
who
than
he
likely,
is.
he's not
V.
even locked up. He probably
You think
signed.
so?
Yeah, they signed an
David.
agreement. It's all a tension mind
David.
thing. So
Leroy got another segment.
he's somewhere eating. Go ahead, go
V.
ahead.
No, he in there.
V.
He in there. That's a black man. Come on now. At the
V.
end of the day, you still black on a Friday. Come on.
V.
Come on now. You gonna get locked up.
God damn it,
But
V.
What?
No, I want to thank you for calling. I got to get to this last segment now, guy. But I
I'm
do
acting
appreciate
like
you.
I'm on the phone with y'all.
I know, right?
Leroy, let them know in the entertainment industries we sign contracts.
Yeah,
and
we
we
sign
make
con-
agreements.
Right, that's what
I'm
we do.
not signing with the devil.
I need
Oh,
one.
I'm not the devil,
I
goddamn
need
it.
Dave to sign one. 2 minutes of talking.
But I do thank you for calling in, V. We're about to move on to the next segment before we close this show out. It's gone a little longer than what we expected, but it is
Okay.
a good topic. Thank you for calling in, Ivy.
For sure.
All
for
right,
sure.
V.
Take care, guys.
Mhm.
We need V because she's a mental health counselor.
She's good.
She's
I
a
was
nurse.
hoping she would talk about how companies use psychologists to create create advertising where you don't even know you're being subliminally controlled.
Listen, I've done some research, and I'm gonna bring it up probably when I have more knowledge on it. There is a company that specifically deals with this. And I'm talking about like multi-million, and it got a nice little name to it and everything, but it all deals with like mind manipulation. And I think that's where we are in this particular predicament that we in.
You
right
know
now.
what? They don't want you to be great, and that's why they do this a lot of times. But if you misunderstood, that's what great is. But we a lot of people
That
so
was profound.
controlled.
That was
Yeah,
profound.
because a lot of people so broke down that they say, be like, if I'm not like them, I ain't nobody.
And that's sad. And then
Exactly.
and to bring it in before I close it out, to bring it in beforehand, you had a lot of. I saw a video, right, of a woman that was on the page of En Vogue, white woman laying there on her stomach and everything like that. Now, the picture looked normal. You wouldn't think that the picture was altered, and a lot of people really didn't think anything about what you call it, that photo app that they use now. That's by Adobe. What's that? Photoshop, right? You wouldn't think that they would be doing that before Photoshop was even Photoshop. You know what I mean? So what they did is they made the woman's neck longer, thinned out her thighs, and stretched her out a little bit, and slendered down her waist. Now they showed the real picture of her, and how much they altered her picture to look like something different. And now they put this image out and have white girls, going anorexic, becoming anemic. That's not our culture it's being affected. It's affecting them as well. But they are killing themselves, and I got to be this waist or this size, and that's like you can't really like physically you can't be that size.
That's like modeling. That's what they was doing, killing themselves. Oh, I done gained a pound. I don't want to live.
Eating popcorn, throwing up air, and you know what I mean?
Oh my God!
But it's true.
You know what I mean?
It's true. But that's why I think Bill Cosby. I think from the last time I saw him, I think he just needs to be a part of Oprah Network.
But
He
I'm
needs
gonna be
some
real.
oxygen.
I don't think
Oh my
Oprah.
God.
I walked into that one.
Yes.
Well, listen, right? We're gonna keep this train rolling. Thank you all for tuning in. I know we got about 8 people watching. We had a lot more before the technical difficulties, so I hope that you all go back and watch it. Listen, we're going to have our next segment. That next segment is going to be called Lakita Gordon's Just Asking, where she pops right on in and she asks us a question, and it's pop at it, pop. Hell yeah.
It's like popcorn.
Thanks, Ed. That was the
Welcome.
most popping I've ever seen you do.
Yeah. It wasn't even no
You
pussy
bought him some new
involved.
chapstick.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Pop that pussy,
Wow. Okay.
Dave started it, by the way.
Wow.
Started what?
Before the show started, talking
I
about
didn't say nothing about that.
Oh, okay.
So this question I have today, it was not a question of my own, but I saw it somewhere. I cannot remember where I saw it. And I don't know if I asked it before or not. However, what is something about the opposite sex that's non-sexual that turns you on? Like, for instance,
Something about the opposite
sex that's
non-sexual.
non-sexual that turns you on. Like, I just like it when you take when you put your glasses on. It's something so cute about it to me.
You look like E80.
You know, like when they not on and you just take your glasses and put your glasses on. Like stuff like that. Something that's not meant to be sexual.
It wasn't me.
To the willow fruit.
I like to see dudes put their glasses on. I think
That's
it's
a hard
pretty cool.
question for me because I don't know.
Plural.
Huh?
Dude.
Huh?
Something
I
that's-
mean, it don't make
Something
it's,
that's
but it's
non-sexual,
non-sexual. It's not like
but
oh,
it
it
turns
makes
you
me,
on.
Yeah, but it's attractive to you. It's
said
something
Leroy,
that
then
you like to
said
see.
dudes. Either she calling you fat or you talking about a bunch of dudes.
Who fat? What are you talking about?
You said dudes.
In plural.
Plural.
Right, I said that.
With an S.
With an S.
Okay.
Non-singular.
Oh,
Okay.
I could go last.
More than one.
I mean, I like when he's cute when he does it, but I just like to see guys do it. Okay.
Okay, Lori, what about you?
It ain't like I'm liking them whip their cock out or something. I ain't say all that. I say put glasses on. Hey,
Put glasses on.
it's non-sexual. What's
No,
wrong with
that
that?
is non-sexual. But we
Right.
got to find some other non-sexual stuff.
It's glasses.
Right.
For me, just watching like him do yard work, or something.
Oh, get your ass out there, cut that grass.
She lying. She be looking at my booty.
Oh, I
pushing
do.
the
That's
lawnmower.
okay.
That's okay for
That's
her to look
okay.
at. it.
Then I turn
That's
around and look
right.
at her. Her head come up like this.
It's when
I look at his booty too.
I do have
I smack
something.
it too.
Oh, that's all right, Ed.
Is it contagious?
That's not plural.
Long
I
as it-
smack. I like to smack
As long
your
as
ass.
the wrong management don't come out there.
Yeah.
I tell you, yeah, it's
Wait a minute. We're gonna start down on that end, Chip,
Chill.
Yes. Let me see what I was.
because we always say Chip don't ever
Yeah,
get a chance to
I
go.
don't. Like, the show be closed.
But then when you start with him, he act like he don't know.
What to say? Right? God
Right.
damn, Chip.
So you
No,
want to
y'all
start on
playing
that?
devil's
They
advocate
doing
now.
it
You
to
want to
you
start
now.
on that end or not?
They turned over. I would say, her body language, the attitude she put in her body language. It's some grown women stuff out there, then there's some little childish little kid stuff out there.
Okay. For example, like give me an example. Like body language, you mean?
I would say that they cockiness, they attitude, they
Oh,
confidence.
Okay, got you.
Because a lot of people think confidence mean arrogant, and it don't.
And it does not. You're right.
Hey, he stole mine.
Two separate things.
Exactly. Go ahead, Edward.
No, you stole
What
mine.
is wrong with y'all?
I don't know. David started.
What y'all
I'm
doing?
dodging the jab. I had to do that in class the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He over
Hey.
here,
got
he over here
PTSD?
training like a
I thought you was
mother.
gonna say,
I'm
hey,
passing
bro.
time.
With
Said
a
the
big
Ed,
black
my
phone.
I said the coach.
That's what I thought was going
You
on.
better know how to dodge them jabs. That's
Okay,
what I'm
Ed.
saying.
Can I give two? Instead
You
of
can
one?
get how
All
many you
right,
want?
yeah, 'cause I'm getting about 4.
And Tiffany said intelligence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
No, I like to see a woman preparing to go out on a date.
Okay.
Because I see the effort that she puts into her appearance, her smell, her hair to make me look at her and want her.
Aw.
You know,
Better add that point.
just the subtle moves, like how you put your ring on, how you put your eye stuff on, how you do your hair. You got 10,000
Do
dresses.
you be
trying to-
practicing?
Yeah.
when
No,
she
I'm just
leave?
saying I'm watching them.
Oh, okay. I was just
Like,
making sure. I was
she
just
going
making
through
sure.
all that effort for me.
That's
know
a
that's
good one.
right.
Because Leroy be
Yeah.
watching me too. I see
Yeah.
you. I see
But another thing that I really, really love is a woman that honestly takes care of her children.
Okay.
That's
And
sexy as
is-
hell.
It is, because I know some
With
women
good
that
credit?
just like, oh, I got a kid, grandmama gonna babysit, I'm going to kick it.
Okay.
That's not sexy.
Nice.
Come on, we finna take you
Thick
to the
baby?
strip club too.
Well, listen.
Yeah, they do that too.
Nah, that's kid. Well, Keita said she wanted to be a stripper. Ain't that right? But
I really, it's.
thought about it.
Don't.
I
She
ain't gonna say
thought
that I
about
really
it. She
wanna
never
do
did it. She just thought about
You
it.
did?
His
I
friends
really
go to
wanna
those
do
type of
that.
places.
Better keep the money inside the house.
Yeah, I really want to do it.
No,
I
no,
always wanted
His
to do
friends go to those places.
Do it. Do it.
So you cannot perform.
He's pointing at himself. Lord.
We
it.
gonna
When
be
he-
You
when
like,
his
did-
friend.
When did he go?
You
Go in
his
there,
friend.
Keita!
I am his friends.
you gonna run out like Diamond did.
Okay.
Oh,
I done broke
When the
my
teacher
blood
came
pressure.
in.
Nah, I can't handle it.
yo. Okay, so something that turns me on, that's non-sexual, that makes me just think about you, right?
I ain't say
Nah,
think about
women.
me, just something about the opposite sex.
Something about the opposite
Tiffany
sex.
said
I
stripping
won't
is
take it
hard work.
personal.
Well,
I know, girl. I'm ready.
oh,
As soon as I get my
listen,
sciatic nerve together, I'm ready, baby.
Listen,
I ain't seen a one-legged stripper.
I don't. Okay, so y'all don't.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So
For that.
listen,
Maybe hop on his
everybody on the panel knows. The fuck is?
He's one-legged stripping.
Yo, is that what it is? I would prefer that you don't do that next to me.
Too late. He
know?
got something. It's too late.
Okay,
Go ahead.
so
We're gonna focus.
I have things that I like to do. One of the things that I enjoy doing in my pastimes, like playing games, right? So, and I'm pretty decent at it. You know what I mean? I enjoy to see girls who are just as passionate about playing games and who are just as good. I have lost fighting game matches to actual females, and they are the truth. I'm gonna be like, well, dang, I was like, well, that is cool. That's nice to have a female that is actually interested in something that men, or that's predominantly dominated by males, is one. And two, the fact that you're really good at it. Like Keita, she used to be like really, really good at Madden. I'm talking about like you would put her against any dude. And then when the Madden Challenges was here, she had competed in the Madden Challenge and gave the dude a run for his money. And I'm talking about she didn't play with dude. Now, and I was like, and then the people came over to her, is it a girl playing? Oh shit. I'm talking about they got amped, and I got amped because they was like, yo, it's just. So that's it, yeah. So,
Yeah.
and my thing is that, like, back in the day, you know what I'm saying, when Keita and I, we used to play games a lot
Praise
together,
twerking.
but, you know, that would probably be what it is. It's not like that, you know.
Nope.
Yeah, what is sexual to me that is not sexual that turns me on when a woman puts water in the ice tray and get ready to make ice cubes.
Okay.
Which ice tray?
Yeah.
The old one?
Yeah.
The
Oh,
little
the
metal
new-
joints.
Uh-huh.
and and natural hair, and
Oh, yeah.
when they wear symbols of comedic stuff, symbols of knowledge that the average person wouldn't know,
Mm-hmm.
and then a woman driving a motorcycle. That damn. Ooh,
Hey, man.
when you
Yeah.
see them
Especially-
riding the
Yeah, that's
motorcycle
hot.
and
Riding in
you
the big
know
seat.
all
That's
that
hot.
ass is just
No,
you know.
that's hot though. I got
It's
you.
elevated.
Leroy, did you
That
do
should be
that?
tooted.
What?
Tooted.
That right.
Yeah.
And some of them ride motorcycles harder than men do.
Leroy
Men
finna
are
get a
scared of them.
moped.
Men scared of them, and these women be on these big bikes. I think that's awesome. I'd be like, damn.
I be
I
hanging
I've
out
been
with
on a
the bike
motorcycle
club.
twice. I'm like, man, that's pretty cool.
I told you she wanted a bike, didn't I tell you?
Oh yeah, I've been said that.
Mhm.
Don't they have
Well,
all-
Arthur and his wife, they ride together.
Oh, yeah.
They got bikes.
Yeah, I've been one. We talked about it.
Yeah,
some
all
years
of them, they
ago.
got Harleys, though.
Oh,
Keita
I
want a
don't
crotch
know.
rocket.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Probably
want-
good to get it out the system. I'm getting mine out my system. I'm going to get a, you know.
Get a gold wing.
All right, then, ladies and gentlemen, I do thank you all for tuning into the Signal 27 show. We appreciate it
All
very
7
much.
of
So,
y'all
know what
left.
Tiffany
yes.
said.
What you say?
Yeah,
Motorcycles vibrate.
Exactly.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Yep.
Yeah, so you
Yummy.
mess around. You ride a motorcycle just to get off. You
Man, you,
Lord
what
have
you done
mercy.
did on my
Dun. It's just like riding on the
Just like when I get in my Hemi out there, that thing just make it so. Wow. Okay.
Mm.
Good talk.
Thank you all for tuning in. Listen, next week we want you to tune into the Signal 27 show. Make sure you follow and like the page. We had our first show on this week for the Signal 27 show where we were live on Facebook, we were live on YouTube, and we were live on Periscope. We had a few viewers that watched on YouTube.
That's why it's messing up.
Huh?
That's probably why it was messing up.
No.
Because it did the
wasn't.
same thing last week. The first time you did it, it ain't mess up till then. Maybe.
Maybe that might be it. So,
We
but
gotta
it
check it
didn't.
out.
It well, that could have been it. I'm gonna have to test it out some more. But just be patient with us. But we were on all 3 platforms today. So if you are still watching on YouTube, please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell so to make sure you get the notifications when we do go on live. Also, if you are watching and you have not seen any of the past shows, you can always go back and watch the past shows and get your just on what and just kick it with us. And we also live on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Listen, fellas, y'all anything y'all want to plug before we go?
My phone up.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
What an asshole.
this
He
Wednesday-
said that shit so fast, man. He's like, what, you ain't even think about it.
Yeah, this Wednesday I'll be at the Comedy Zone. No, October 30th is National Dashiki Day, and at T-Par's Naturals we will make a full day
Listen.
event of honoring our ancestors.
Listen.
Okay.
No, you said watch on iTunes. Just listen.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead, my bad.
No, I'm done.
Since you
I ain't got
interrupted
nothing.
for that.
I ain't got nothing.
What happened?
David, December 14th.
Oh, well,
Oh, him.
I don't know all the particulars. I didn't read the
I
email.
just tried to throw it on you.
But Chip will let y'all know about the show we got December 14th.
At a later date. That'll be next Sunday.
All right.
Ed.
Hey, I'm in writing right now. I got 2 skits we almost done with. I got to record one, and one is 3/4 the way recorded. So y'all be ready for new Denarium skits.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah,
And I guess,
get them real dashikis.
what about you, Keita?
You gonna try to side plug the shikis
One
out
of
the
it.
Denarium just to diminish my shit?
No, not really, but she typed in not Chinese dashikis.
It's blacks in Asia. Never mind.
Okay. That's a whole nother topic for another
That's
show.
between you and Tiffany. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
You all can still get my book, The Other Side of Addiction, on Amazon, and my Get Some shirts that my brother and sister Lori and Ed are wearing today. Look at that.
They twins.
David, you forgot about your shirts too.
Yeah, the screen plug. Yeah,
You can get those from me. I'm sorry. The shirts.
All my shirts, you can get them at T-Par's Naturals or hit me up. I got so many out that I can't even push them all. So, but the ones that are in my mind that I'm going to create, oh, Lord, I'm so excited. Y'all wait.
All right there, y'all.
Thank y'all.
Y'all know what's going on. Thank you all for tuning in. And
Peace
check us out
out.
next week. Next week's topic is called Bound by Religion.
I
Make
like
sure that
that.
you all come and stick it with us. Kick it with us on next Sunday, live, 6:30, right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope.
And we'll have Pastor Wilson in the house.
Pastor
Bound by
Wilson.
religion.
Yeah, we'll talk about that too. Pastor out there sucking pussy.
That's what you supposed to do.
Hey, but he doing it right from
He
what
wasn't
I
sucking, he
understand.
was camel licking it.
Oh, is that what he was? I
Nice.
heard his
So
neck
I heard.
was.
I have not seen the video.
Heard his neck was.
I heard you
Damn.
pull up.
I kept wondering.
Name of Jesus. That's what he was doing.